I've had Android Wear 2.0 for the past week or so now on my second generation Moto 360, and I have a few things to say about it. Some of them are things that I like, and some of them are things that I don't like, as well as just general changes that I thought I'd mention. So this is my experience with Android Wear 2.0. So first things first, seeing as how the watch face is going to be the first thing you're going to be seeing when you update your watch, let's start with that. And I have to say that I was a bit disappointed, not really with Google, but with watch face developers. The one that I use now does kind of come with complication support, but lots of the third-party complications just didn't work for some reason. So it's good that they included it, but it doesn't really work. Others just don't have support for it at all. Before I updated, I thought that complications would be available on any watch face, so I wanted to move over to a digital time over analog. I found a really nice one, but I saw that it doesn't have complication support, which is what I wanted. I also saw that lots of other watch faces haven't been updated either. It's been around 3 months or so since Android Wear released to developers, so I would have thought that they would have updated them by now. One thing that I kind of whine at Google for though is that they don't label apps with complication support in their store. Yes, there is a section for them, but I would like to see which supports it if I search for digital faces. Anyway though, on the topic of the Play Store, Android Wear 2.0 comes with one built in. It isn't actually that bad to use either. It's easy to search for what you want, with the search being right at the top of the home screen that you can get to at any time by scrolling from the top and selecting home. And while we're looking at this menu, the other ones are My Apps, that shows what apps you have. You can also uninstall apps from here too. Accounts, which is the middle one, lets you change accounts if you have more than one account. And Settings to the right is just the options that you see here pretty much. If you don't want to search for an app, there's the usual app sections of top apps and trending and things like that you can look through. At the bottom of that page, you can see what apps you have on your phone that you may want to download the Android Wear versions of. In Android Wear 2.0, they don't just automatically download and install anymore. This can be good or bad depending on what your preference is. Once you've chosen an app and set it to download, you'll see it appear in the new app drawer. The drawer now curves along the left side of the watch face that looks really nice on circular watches. You can also pin apps to the top of the screen by just long pressing on them, and your most recently used app will show up there too. To get to this screen, you now have to use the hardware button. Swiping will now let you switch between watch faces instead, with long pressing on your current face now bringing up the face's settings. I still haven't actually gotten used to this yet, so I do keep accidentally swiping, but I'm sure that I'll get used to it over time, so it's not really a big deal at all. One thing that I don't know if I'll get used to though is now a swipe on Notification Center can move down more than one notification at a time. So I often find myself going down multiple notifications when I just want to go down one, which can be pretty annoying sometimes. Other than that though, I really do like the changes to the notifications for Android Wear 2.0. It just feels a lot more polished, with the notification now looking grey and the addition of an all clear button at the bottom, which is really nice to have. And I actually find myself using that button a lot to save on swiping, which would usually clear the app, which you can do from both sides now, by the way. When notifications come in, you also get a nice little bubble with the icon matching the one of the notification. In a lot of cases with things like emails or messaging conversations, you can see more of the email or the rest of the message by tapping on the notification, and available actions for that notification are available at the bottom. If you want to reply to the message, that's a lot easier to do now too. You still have the suggested messages, but you now have a keyboard that actually isn't as bad to use as you may think. I mean, yes, you probably still won't want to be using it to type up paragraphs, but for the odd quick reply here and there, it's quick and easy to use. And if a handwriting keyboard is more your thing, you can actually enable that in settings, and then switch between them from the globe icon on the keyboard. Staying on the topic of settings though, the app looks a lot better now. Instead of it just being a long list, everything is organized into different sections that are well labeled, with the option to change keyboards being under personalization and then input methods. It was also pretty easy to find other settings that for some reason switched themselves off after the update, such as wrist gestures and the OK Google hot word. And talking about the OK Google hot words, that's been improved too, with Google Assistant now being available. This is great because I can now control my hue lights with them. Switch on bedroom light. And do pretty much anything else I do with my assistant on my phone. It also looks a lot nicer too now. If you don't want to use the hot word, you can just long press on the physical watch button to launch it and it will do the same thing. The assistant works well most of the time. Other than a few times here and there, I haven't really had that many issues with it at all. Other things to note are that apps sometimes reopen when you switch off your watch's screen. The hardware button now sometimes acts as a back button in the keyboards and things like that, instead of going back to the watch face. And there's lots of nice animations scattered around that make the watch UI feel a lot better. So that's my experience with Android Wear. Do you have an Android Wear device, and do you have Android Wear 2.0 yet on your device? Be sure to let me know down in the comments down below, and if you do, be sure to let me know your favourite feature down there too. So if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to see when those videos come out. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, and hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.